let me start at the kind of comprehensive level, and I'll kind of go down in the funnel to the individual level in terms of risk. So comprehensive, they're gaining massive insights about our society, what we do, how we do it, where we shop, where we go. And the reason that's important is because when we think about strategic influence, that becomes really influential. So for example, if you're the Chinese government and you want to shape US public opinion, well, you now have a depth of insight into how, 1/3 of the country consumes media, where they turn, what appeals to them, and how to engage with them in a way, or how to deny certain facts or certain narratives to 1/3 of the U.S. population. And we've seen them do specifically this type of activity in Taiwan. So back in, I think it was 2018, they used a Taiwanese social media app to help a pro-Beijing politician get elected as a regional political official who eventually ran but lost for the presidency. And it's been discovered and shown how they actually used the social media app as a means of influence the local population. So that's kind of one sense of it. There's also all that metadata that helps them build in the more strategic picture. So you can combine some of the metadata. So let's take the Huawei and camera footage that they were getting around military facilities, right? So we know they're getting that. Combine that with social media usage in that same geographic location, and you start mapping out the specific individual populations who are there, right? And from that, you can begin gaining interesting insight. Now, moving into the kind of local level, of course, any individual could potentially be blackmailed or manipulated or used. But let's say that you are the commanding officer of U.S. Strategic Command, and your daughter, in a moment of foolishness, just posted something truly stupid on TikTok. Well, that's a point of access. That's a point of exposure. That's something that can be used or manipulated. And it's the kind of thing that fits into a broader capability of Chinese influence, both overtly and covertly inside the United States. And then finally, thinking more long term, right now, and again, my kids aren't on TikTok, but let's for the moment say they are. Right now, my 17-year-old daughter, she plans on being a writer, for her life. But let's say, in college, she gets a bug and all of a sudden decides, nope, you know what? I'm going to go in the national security field like my old man. And let's say she's really good at it. And at some point in the future, she's the director of CIA, or something similar. In this kind of theoretical moment, the Chinese government could have a comprehensive portfolio on her life that includes not great things, or at least advantages them in terms of building a psych profile on how she's going to make decisions and what she's going to know. And these are the kinds of things that, the normal American doesn't think about. They shouldn't have to think about it. It's not their job to think about it, but it's the kind of thing that I have to think about. And that really does matter. And if you asked me, would I like to have a 20-year comprehensive social media profile of the Chinese political leader that I'm going to be sitting across the table from in 2 weeks? Would I like to have that? And would that advantage me in my engagement with them? Absolutely, all day long.